Alright, so this video is sponsored by Podcast Clips. If you'd like to sponsor the next video, just hit me up on the Cash App. Really fucking suffering right now. Yeah, I just started this job after like 3 months of not working. It's probably like the worst withdrawals I ever went through. Like, dude, that fucking benzo withdrawal like fucking broke me, like, for real. Ugh. It's like taking all the energy out of me right now just to film this video. But it's been so long, and like I was like, all right, I gotta do it eventually, so I'll just do it now. Yeah, I've been putting it off. I just feel so weird on camera, and like, I don't know, I just like, just feel terrible in all different ways. Yeah, like I said, if you want to sponsor the next video or just help me out, then like I got 2 weeks till I get paid, and it's just like, oh, I'm so fucking miserable. Like, I'm so fucking poor right now. Like, I've had a fucking migraine because I didn't even have any caffeine today. I drink coffee every day. But yeah, help Mars out so I can help you, so I can make more videos. But anyway, so into the story now. So anyway, I started. So I was drinking alcohol every day, and of course I was taking kratom every day. I was taking about like 7 tablespoons at a time of kratom, and then I was drinking like a 6 pack and like a shot of Fireball with that, and then I was taking flubrazolam. Started out with the tizolam, then went to clonazepam, then went to flubrazolam. I was taking like 7.5 milligram pills of flubrazolam a day, which is kind of like related to prazolam, which is Xanax. And yeah, so I was on all that, and it was all just so it started out like good. Like, I started taking the benzos like for work, and because like I mean, I've been through all this before, but I couldn't, like, I got insomnia really bad, and now it's like way worse than it ever was. But yeah, every Sunday night I couldn't sleep, and then I had to go do construction every Monday morning for like fucking 6 months. It was just hell. I don't know how it even started. I just couldn't sleep, but it got like so bad, or I was just like, every fucking Monday I was just miserable, and I had to be up all night, and then go to work, and then like I started working with this one guy. It's a pretty stressful person to work around. Like, he was just always freaking out about anything, and so I was gonna get Ambien from Canada, and then it was like so expensive, so I just found out about the benzodiazepine on the research chemicals, and so I started taking that, and yeah, it worked great at first, and then like, fuck, I was like, it's been over a year. I took it well over a year, um, and yeah, I took it well over a year, and I think I was on it like 13, 14 months, but yeah, I got pretty bad towards the end, dude. I was just going hard, like, I fucking like ended up like, like leaving this job, going to another one, and then I went to the last job I worked was like 2 days before I went to the detox center, and it just all came crashing down. Yeah, I got fired from the last job I worked. Like, looking back, like when it happened, I was like, fuck them, they don't know me, blah blah blah, all this egotistical stuff, and I think I went to work hungover that day. I like threw up in the parking lot 'cause I took too much kratom and stuff, and I was hungover. Oh, and I was up all night too. So yeah, even after, like, I was just gaining such tolerance to the benzos, I didn't want to take any more because I was already on so much. So I just took them, and it, yeah, I didn't sleep that night, and I got fired because well, there were reason. Well, like I know guys that work there, and they're telling me it's because I wore sandals on the job site. Because I was used to doing residential construction with just one guy that owned the whole place. And I wore sandals, and like I knew it was a bad sign too, because like he was like, "Oh yeah, all of us are gonna go work somewhere else," and he's like, "Ah, but you can go home though, right?" And like I was just like, "Oh okay." That should have been a red flag right there, but it was yeah, it was towards the end of the day, and so I went home, and then I think like yeah, he like fired me too. It was so fucked up. Like I know I'm not explaining this well, and I'll probably go over this more detailed version later, but um that night I went to the liquor store, like walked a mile. I think I no, I went to the liquor store on the way home, drank like 6 packs, 7 beers, took the benzos, kratom, all that. And I was like, oh, this isn't enough. So I walked back another mile. And this is like in June or something. And it's like all hot and humid and stuff. And I walked to the liquor store. I start walking back, and like I drink like two double shots of Fireball. Then I start throwing up again as I'm walking, but then I'm getting like kind of freaked out because like I'm worried like the cops are gonna like, you know, I'm in public while intoxicated, I'm not stumbling, but I'm drunk. And 2 days later, I think I was stayed up like all night. I was drinking that night. Like 2 days later, after this, after I got fired, I was drinking all night. Woke up at like 7 in the morning, started drinking again. Walked to the liquor store. I'm like so fucked up, right? I'm like walking in zigzags. Like I'm literally like this liquor store is a mile away on this big sidewalk, and I'm walking in zigzags. Like, and I'm trying so hard to just walk straight. Like I'm just like trying, like I'm like, all right, I'm doing zigzags on the side of like a highway. Like this looks bad, and like I know this, and I'm walking, and I just can't walk straight. I'm walking in zigzags. Two police cars just stop on them in mid traffic. Like I don't know if they saw me or somebody called the police on me or whatever. And I remember like I'm just like hammered, right? And so the cops come out, it's like some shit kind of dude, and I don't really remember what happened after that. And I showed them my ID, and I don't know if I told them where I lived or whatever, but they just took me home. So yeah, I don't get that, but um could have been worse. But yeah, I remember I was really fucked up that day. And that, oh yeah, that was the day I went to the hospital. So the police, I remember the police, like, they knock on the door, tell my girlfriend, like, oh, he was fucked up, whatever they said. And then that's when she starts freaking out. So I got these neighbors. This dude was like on meth or something, went to prison, came out, and whatever. Anyway, they're telling her to take me to the ER at the hospital. And I went to the hospital because she thought like they would do something. I don't know. Actually, I remember like when I was really bad, like, or well, I was, but when I was, so like way before I even went to the detox centers, this guy messaged me on Instagram, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I live in Los Angeles. I work as a life advisor or something." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I used to take benzos, like eat them like candy." And I was like, "Oh, this guy might actually, be able to help me." And he's like, I was like, dude, I thought I couldn't go to rehab or detox at the time because I don't have health insurance. And so he was like, like he's like let me help you. I'm gonna help you. Just let me figure something out. And I can see like the little thing where it says like he's typing, and then he stops and then types and then stops and then types and stops. He's like, I got the best idea. He's like, go to the ER and tell them you want to commit suicide, and they'll take you. Which that would have been a terrible idea, because if I did that, like I even knew right then and there, like, oh, that's like the worst advice I ever heard. Um, which yeah, if he was trying to help me, that's cool and stuff, but they would just like 5150 me. I would have went to a psych ward for 3 days, and then I would have just been fucking miserable because like I need to be in a detox center. Like I don't. Like, I don't wanna be around, like, suicidal and crazy people, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but, yeah, I just wouldn't like, it's not like, I'm not supposed to be there, like but, yeah, so I went to the hospital, they started, like, sticking me with needles, um, I think yeah, I was fucked I was still drunk I was so drunk, um, I was on a lot of benzos too, like, I took more than I normally did, and, oh, that was really blurry too, so I was in the hospital, they drug tested me, and or no, they didn't drug test or maybe they did, um, and then, like, they asked me, like, what drugs I did, and then my girlfriend was there, and she just cuts in, she's like, "Oh, yeah, he did meth, he did acid, did this, and that." They just listed off, like, 20 drugs that I may have done, like, a couple times, but I wasn't addicted to, it was just and that would later, like, come back to, like, really fuck me over because I actually went to the hospital, like, um, 2 months later after all the acute withdrawals, physical withdrawals were over. Cause like, dude, I was like, I was having withdrawals for a month straight, like just a month straight of acute withdrawals. Like I was having hallucinations. I was hallucinating like memories. Like I'd be laying there, like thinking about memories I had that never really happened. Like I'd think like, oh, me and so and so did this and that, and I was like, wait a minute, that never happened. But like it felt so real. It was like a memory that I was hallucinating. I don't know. I never heard anyone else talk about that, but one time I woke up I would have these terrifying dreams, like Twilight Zone dreams. Like I remember, like in this one dream, I left my house and I walked into like a psych ward, basically, like or no, an inpatient therapy, which is kind of the same thing. And I walked in there and like it's all like kind of grainy and just dark colors, and I met like I was like, there's all these people there with cuts all over their arms. And then there was this one guy on the gurney as I walked by, and then there was like 8 people standing around them, and like they all were like smiling and like reached their hands out to shake my hand. Like just weird, just terrible dreams. It was terrifying. Um, like the first 4 days, I was having migraines, like just nonstop. And I was at the rehab center, and like they'd only give me like 2 ibuprofen, but I needed 4, and some of the staff would give me 4, and I'd take the migraines away, and then like but yeah, if I took 2, I wouldn't do anything, and eventually he started giving me 4, but anyway, yeah, I had migraines, um, it just oh my god, it was horrible, like, oh, just intense depression, still have that. Like, I still have depression, emotional clouding, um, this depression is, like, just really bad. Like, I literally just did nothing for, like, 3 months, just, like, all I could really do was lay there, like, I felt like a turtle that's been like flipped over on his shell. Like I would want to do things. Like I'd like for example, like I'd try to clean my house, but I'd be like so weak and just so like lethargic and just I would have like I would just go into like intense depression and like something like you're super irritable. That was really annoying. Like I just go into rage and I don't know. That fuck, dude. That shit like broke me, dude. Cause like yeah, like a week or 2 of withdrawal, but like this went on for like it's just 3 months and I still don't feel normal. But like the acute withdrawals I had just a month straight, just horrible every day. Like my skin was like crawling and like I'd like if I was in the shower, like my skin felt like rubber, and then when I got out of the shower it was super dry. The tips of my hair are like all dry and like dead. I don't know, like it was just it's just like this uncomfortable feeling, and it just feels like everybody's looking just sounds are like louder. Like I would step outside and look at the sun, and it'd be like 10 times brighter than it would normally be. And sounds would just like if I heard like a door slam, like it would make me like jump like that. It was crazy. And it was just yeah, I don't know. I'd just say like the withdrawals from benzos are like they have like this creepy like it's like a creepy which I don't know. It's just it's crazy, man. And fuck. Yeah, so I went to this rehab or this. So I went to the hospital. they recommended this rehab. After I leave there, the the hospital that was doing basically checking my kidneys and all that, seeing if it was all fine, which it was. Um, we go to where this rehab place is. Not the rehab, but like they have like a place where like you sign up and check in. And so I'm there and I'm signing all these forms. And I guess I like signed my legal rights over. Like they could keep me at the detox and there's nothing I could do to get out of it. Um, or the only way I could leave was to go straight to the detox, but like I was drunk and just I couldn't remember anything. I was just signing stuff and like signing my life rights away for a while. And yeah, I wanted to go to the detox center. I didn't want to go straight to the rehab. And then when we were sitting in the lobby before that guy even came and talked to me, there was this kid there, I don't know, maybe like a few years younger than me. He's like, yeah, like I started talking to him somehow, and he was like, yeah, I'm trying to go to rehab. I just had this kid. I was like, what drugs did you like? Why are you here? Basically what I said. And he was like, I got addiction to DXM, and I did meth a couple times. That was weird because I was like thinking like you could just quit that DXM like or triple C's or coughs whatever, not like prescription cough syrup with the codeine, but like I remember I almost laughed for a second, but I mean no addiction's worse than the other, but that was weird. I never saw him at the rehab though, so he probably never went. But yeah, so I then go to the detox center, which is at a hospital on the third floor. And that, there I started having like, that's where I was having like, it was only like 2 days, but that's where I would see like the lights like moving back and forth, like glitching or whatever. Then I would see like shadows on the wall, but there weren't like people making the shadows. And yeah, that was crazy. So I go to the detox center, go up to this hospital floor, go into like this depressing room. There was like 2 rooms with bunk bed, or like not bunk beds, like these cheap cot like beds on each side. Women go on one side, men on the other. You got to wear like these Walmart sweatpants that are like green or orange or something, and it says detox with Sharpie on the back. And that's where it all started. So I go there, and they were giving me a 4 milligram Ativan for like 2 days. But see, even before, like right before I went to the rehab, took a bunch of kratom, and then I had these Valium like pills, which have a really long half life and they stay in your body for a long time. And I took like 10 of those. And the thing about it is I didn't start detoxing till after I left the detox. I started detoxing in the rehab, which fucked that whole thing up. Because the whole point of going to detox is you withdraw off whatever you're on, the rehab, because teach how to be sober and or whatever. I didn't start detoxing until, and that's why I was having the mic shame and like bad. It was like, oh my God, it was so boring. Eat 3 times a day. Food was just terrible. Like there's just no seasoning or anything. I could barely eat any of the food. It's just, and I'm not really like complaining about that, but it's just, it was weird. It was a weird feeling like being trapped somewhere where you can't leave because you got to scan like a key card. The employees, they scan a key card to get in or out. So you can't get in or out and they won't let you leave, which was, it was just a weird feeling. And then like, there was like no windows really. And, it's just weird. I don't know. It was just weird being somewhere where I couldn't leave, but outside I could see the city I live in. And just, it was a really weird feeling. Like, yeah, it was just bad. Yeah, anyway, The next episode, part 2, I'll go into what the detox was like. Um, just having a terrible day, and like, yes, I didn't even want to do videos for a long, long time, if at all. Like, I even thought about deleting my YouTube channel just because it's like so hard to talk or think, and I'm sure you can see that in this video. Um, yeah, those benzo withdrawals are bad. There's nothing helps. Nothing makes it go away. Talking about it doesn't help. Um, there was a few times where like I drank alcohol, and that would somehow stop like not stop them, but like they go away for a while. And but then when you wake up, it's so much worse. And I realized like I can't stand hangovers anymore because like when I was drinking every day, like I still had them, but it wasn't so bad. Like when I'll wake up with a migraine, my stomach will hurt, all this. Like there's ruthless. I have like ruthless hangovers now, and but I was thinking like I used to take kratom right when I woke up, so that would stop any type of headache. The benzos I would take would stop any anxiety or any like just it all kind of like numbed it out, which is kind of terrible because or scary really because then you like just drink every day and yeah, last time I drank I was just felt fucking horrible. I haven't drank in like 3 weeks, and even when I did, it was only a couple times. I just did it when it was just it's just so fucking depressed and anxious and oh yeah, I'll cut the video here. Yeah. Like I said, I don't get paid for 2 weeks and just everything's just fuck, dude. Like it's so hard to even go to work at all, but that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, someone sponsor the next video. And yeah, I'm down bad, so if anyone could help me out, just like $5-10, that'd be great. Have a nice day.
Well, what can I say? I do want to say, though, out of so much experience and time, emotions, feelings, ups, downs, everything in between, just being involved, tonight I want to say it's official. We can say it's safe to say that this was a good, thorough, old school Mars World video. Minus a little bit of a beer buzz. Because, he's not bad to listen to when he's a little tipsy. He's actually more fun and funny. That was one of the little qualities I liked about him personally. But this guy's, oh my God. I was just like, I had a feeling something told me. Did you guys see earlier? He posted like a 1 minute, 3 second long video. And I couldn't. And in that video, he said he's going to tell a story. Can you guys give me some help? I could use it. So something told me he was going to upload that video that he had said he did earlier, right? He said he had storage issues, which is fine. At least he was able to mash it all out. But I am so awestruck at the quality, the color. Look at the guy. He looks much healthier, much more lucid. Just the way he was talking, his mannerisms. Whether this was an act or not, obviously he looks like he's feeling so much better. Just everything was perfect, a perfect blend. His attitude was very fair and lenient. He was very strong, well-spoken. You know what this persona reminded me of, guys? His old Kavazombie channel, the one he's locked out of. It's still out there. If you go look it up, you can go subscribe, but he has no access to it. The man has millions of views on that channel. Now, that channel was from a long time ago. He was much younger then. I guess less hardened or / seasoned from all the drug use. Because, let's face it, it's no good for you. You put it in you, it's going to hurt your body. There's a lot of chemicals and drugs you do not want to be dependent on because they simply kill your body, and some are just simply too much hell to shake. And it's so painful. But this guy, his attitude, he was just so thorough. I want to say, Mars, my hat's off to you, bro. Because when I thought I had an inkling that you were going to upload a video, I was selfish. I said, hey, remember that time you went up to Eric's channel and lied on me? I mean, you lied on me about a lot of stuff, but that's not important. But the main thing that I wanted to stand on in that argument was you were joking. You said, I'm just trolling you. And I was like, ooh, what a kick to the nuts. I deserved it. Yeah, I'm not going to say I didn't have it coming to, because out of anybody I know, you owe it to me the most. Right? But yeah, for the most part, my selfishness took over, and I was like, hey, how about I just have a tab? Let me go ahead and download it so that he can't delete this tomorrow when he starts having second thoughts. Because I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to get rid of his product. This was a very nice, like, man, this video made me chuckle at times. Other times I just, man, I could like literally visualize in my mind as he's saying it. It was like that powerful. Everything looked good. The lighting, the car, the fucking hair. Like, he's back, brother. He is back with a vengeance. And for the most part, Mars, I'm just here to give you your flowers and say kudos. I very much enjoyed this episode. I hope you leave it up. Yes, I kind of stream sniped it, but it was for the better. This was a good, thorough showcase. Go figure. All you had to do was just get back to it. You always had it in you. I can't tell you what it would feel like kicking benzos, but I understand it's much more deadlier, I feel like, health-wise, kicking hard than other things out there. And it's like, I would never want to be withdrawn off of a chemical that could simply kill me from just trying to kick it cold turkey. Like, that's terrifying enough. But, here lately, I've kind of been internally ragging on him, saying, man, I'm sick of every time he fucking opens his mouth on YouTube, he starts talking about Thor Lizaline and Ben. Like, just, I'm like, bro, you're retelling the same thing over and over and over. It's almost like you can't help yourself for, I don't know, just off the cuff talking. Like, because it's kind of like speak your emotions anyway, right? But tonight, it felt together. It felt coordinated. It was sharp. It was accurate. He didn't stutter or stammer. He gave some 5-star ass Hollywood. This is the shit that got him on, guys. Y'all need to raise it up. If y'all ain't hit that like button from Mars, please hit that like. Maybe we'll get a reaction out of him tomorrow. I'm proud of this. I'm proud of him. Don't delete it, Mars. Yes. My intentions in the beginning were very treacherous. But it turned out to be a beautiful disaster. What's the luck of that? What a way to come back, Mars. What a pimp. What's up, pimps? That's for Mars, y'all. But anyway, in case he tries to like copyright strike me, which if he wants to, that's on him. I hope he wouldn't. Y'all come back in the comments and let him know how good his video was. That was nice and refreshing, Mars. I felt like I just brushed my fucking teeth. It was that good. What do you think, D-Saw? Was this video alright?
Yeah.
Shit, he showed his ass up in there. What's up, chat? There's 13 of y'all watching, 12 y'all. Y'all got any questions? Maybe he'll see this? Maybe he's here, Mars. If you're here, come up and say something in the comments. I'll drop the link. Bro. Look. The type of performance Mars put on tonight felt like natural. You know what that boy did? You ready? That boy robbed the bank. You know what that bank was? His heart. He finally broke into that motherfucker and got to his inner thoughts and feelings. I am just beside myself with... Man, he's very impressive. That was good, Mars. What's up, DG? What you want to say to the world and or Mars? One hell of a fucking performance. Good vid.
Physical draws were over. Cause like, dude, I was having withdrawals for a month straight, like just a month straight of acute withdrawals. Like I was having hallucinations.
Man.
I was hallucinating like memories. Like I'd be laying there like thinking about memories I had that never really happened. Like I'd think like, oh, me and so and so did this, that, and I was like, wait a minute,
you know what?
Happened. But like it felt so.
Now, I know the way things look and have been sounding around here do not look good for him in certain type of angles. The fact that none of this shit I do over here hurts his reputation, his popularity, or his fan base. In fact, he's gotten more friends, more subs, some die-hard good ones, some die-hard bad ones. It happens. You've got to take it in with the responsibility. Now, I'm not saying he was not ill-prepared for trolls or what could possibly happen out there, but I just don't want him to cut his craft off too soon, you know, like... The shit he showed tonight reminded me of his old self, which was the Kavazombie channel. So, I'm just saying, if he just stays on track somewhat, like, he just said here a few minutes ago, he slipped up and drank a few times, got drunk. Oh, well, at least you didn't get on the internet and make a buffoon of yourself. Or, you kept it together. These are steps in healing, I guess, privately. I mean, just because everybody don't put their business, all their business out there, you know, don't mean that. But I think what he has to offer is if he just simply gets himself together, he'll do natural things like work and be responsible, and he'll feel better because he's doing more. He'll feel useful. He'll have to come home from the work pains, the long days in the concrete yard. I mean, he's done it all. He's such an epic... I don't know. He's definitely a someone out there. Does that make any sense? Yeah, good vid though. Hopefully this was enough production on this copy so that I can't be struck with a copyright strike. Because Mars, I have now transformed your video. Oh, no, I do not. Not at all. You cannot take advice from me. I'm living in a fucking hotel, for God's sakes. Do not take advice from me. Yeah, look, I had found some remix tracks from the Dark Heels gang Yeah. They were pretty zany. Hardcore nonetheless. Yeah, I simply rolled the record on this to archive this. But nonetheless, this was a good vid, dude. Good shit, good shit. I don't know, maybe you could do something to me. You could do oh, I'm going to react to hashtag Cree or whatever the hell everybody's doing it nowadays. Yeah, I'm going to figure out how to show some of that. Because I know I got permission. I'm on the fucking song. The guys even sent me emails and shit saying if I sign up to DistroKid, I have royalties coming from songs I did with them. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn it, guys, I've actually made it. After all the recording CDs, the years before that, just sharpening your skills and then learning, and then some, like, you go through many years of just, you kind of see how it all is. So, yeah, I get royalties out there somehow. Anytime you guys go listen to my music, I might get 4 pennies. It's not bad, though. I have a copy of a record deal I got offered back when I was 25, I want to say. It was a distribution deal, and they were a small internet base. I mean, they had a base overseas, but you got to think, 25. I'm an adult somewhat, been an adult for a while, but I still ain't grown. I still ain't smart. Still got a lot more learning to do. But it was impressive, no doubt. It kind of picks your spirits up, man. Because when you're in that game, man, you want to see good things moving forward. So, guys, if you have a special skill or a talent out there, stay sharp. Practice. I was thinking tonight, I wish I could. I used to draw when I was a kid, but I always wanted to be a good drawer. Find a hobby, find a talent, get yourself perfected on it. Because one day you're going to wake up and say, man, I wished I was an ace at that. But, yeah. I would love to be able to paint. You guys ever seen those spray painting videos? Pretty impressive. But yeah, nonetheless, tonight was a work of art. Good job, Mars. I don't know, hit me back, bro. Say something in the comments. I'm going to get out of here, but thanks for everybody stopping by. And returning viewers, hit that thumbs up for Mars. Big return. I love you all. Peace.